Hey guys, my name is Sky, and I'm here with my co host.
Wawa, and we're here with.
Hi, my name is Guadalupe Hernandez, and I am a community health educator for Be Busy.
Hi, my name is Alyssa Rodriguez, and I'm also a health educator with Be Busy.
So, today, we just want to talk about relationships like within high school, outside of high school, and I guess just the signs and building blocks that go into developing one. So, me as a senior this year, I've had my fair share of ups and downs in relationships, and I'm sure Wawa here have had the same. So, I guess for the first question is, what should we look for when trying to develop a relationship?
So that's a great question. Starting a relationship, who do you think it depends on? And I just wanted to kind of do back.
Like
Um,
both people.
Both people.
yeah,
Okay.
both parties.
So we have found that building a good relationship starts out with ourselves, like starting to build a good relationship within yourself. That way you can clearly see what is it that you're looking for in someone else. You can identify, what you expect in a relationship with someone else, what you like, and you express it clearly.
Hmm.
So building that clarity within yourself, I think it's like the key to
Yeah,
relationships.
building a relationship within yourself. So, I guess in the romantic realm of relationships, I do have a boyfriend, and we went through this thing last year and the beginning of this year. And I'm not saying I have issues trusting him, but I just feel like how do I go about rebuilding our relationship, or can we rebuild to where we were before?
So, when we talk to high school students about relationships, romantic ones in general, so there's something called the relationship foundation. So, what's at the bottom of the base of a relationship should be everyone mostly says communication, right? So,
Hmm.
communication and trust and honesty. And think back to when you all discussed your expectations, your boundaries, and revisit those. Change certain things, trial and error. If this is not working, what else can we do?
Hmm.
If you establish something that does work, keep moving forward, and the relationship will hopefully, progress with time.
Yeah. Okay.
So I wanted to add on to this. Not all relationships end up working in the end. So what are some of your ways to get over failed relationships? Like not every boyfriend you date is gonna be the one. Not every.
Not everybody's gonna come running back,
Yeah,
but
exactly.
mine's did. Sorry.
What's
So,
your advice?
so part of like healing after a breakup, is that what your question
Yeah,
is?
basically.
Yeah, it's always going to be uncomfortable or maybe even painful, right? When you end a relationship, depending also how long that relationship lasted.
Hmm.
But I think taking your time before you jump into a different relationship is really important
Hmm.
because you get to sit with yourself and learn about how you were in this relationship. What role did you play? What did that other person, what did that other person teach you in the relationship? You kind of sit and analyze the whole relationship as a whole, take what is going to help you in the next relationship and whatever is not helping or is not going to serve you, um, or things that are going to jeopardize your new relationship, kind of like try to heal that and let it go. Once you have healed within, then I think it's time to, if you want to start a relationship with someone, getting to know someone would be a good time. But I think the key is giving spacing out between relationships, not rushing into another one.
Mm.
Otherwise, you don't get to heal.
Okay. Yeah. So you agree that we're kind of like in this transition phase, right?
Yeah, we're about to move from one social situation to a new one. And me personally, I've already started following some of my classmates that I'm going to meet at UH next year. I started following some of them. I started talking about some of them about us, like what we're interested in, like same majors, same kind of like do you like going out? Do you like video games? Do you like movies? That kind of thing. So we are in what Sky said, a transitional period. We're about to
Yeah.
move.
From
Um,
like kind of like children almost to like young adults because we're entering a new setting with different people. So what I'm trying to get from this is as we grow, how can we learn about ourselves? Because I know I am not the same as I was last year. And sometimes I find it hard to connect with people because I really don't know what I like or what I think is me anymore.
So making a transition from, high school to college. In college, you're gonna explore a lot of options. You're gonna maybe explore different interests. Some people, learning from your classes, maybe some people will switch, a major just because of one class. You're also gonna, meet a lot of people. So you're gonna find out what draws your attention, what's gonna stick with you. If you find yourself being in the same organization for maybe all 4, 5+ years throughout your college experience, you'll hopefully gain more of what you want after college. Getting into the work field. Like,
Hmm.
Hmm.
Just real quick on that, I did want to add it's important to be okay with change.
Mhm.
And even though you go through your college years and you identify yourself as, a certain person, certain likes, even as life goes on, we are continuously changing. So we don't change, we don't grow. It's like we're kind of like stuck. So, okay with new opportunities, new experiences,
mm,
that is key as well because you're going to get to know yourself in different environments. It's always going to be.
yeah.
Mhm.
hmm And I wanted to ask, change is something scary. It's something that happens a lot of the time. But what do you do if someone is changing into someone that you don't really like anymore? You don't really.
You don't want the change.
Yeah, they're changing into something you don't like. Does that make sense?
Totally. For example, two best friends grow up together and then all of a sudden
They're
one
growing
starts
apart.
to completely
Mhm.
different, likes, different music, different habits. So you're just like, man, there's nothing in common anymore. It's almost like a loss.
Yeah.
I think people can go through grief similar to losing someone because you pretty much lost someone. That person's not the same. It's a whole
Mhm.
new different person. And now there's just not that connection. Um, I think it's important to understand that that's going to happen. It's going to, as we get older, especially going from high school to college, your friends are probably going to change. They can all change. One or two might stick around still, but even in college, when you go into the working field, whatever your major is,
Mhm.
you're going to build new relationships there. So there goes another transition. You're right. It is hard, um, because it, bring heartbreak as well, along with losing friendships, even romantic relationships. If you've been together for such a long time, you're just growing apart. You're going towards different goals.
Mhm.
You want to continue to focus on your vision and your goals. And if people start falling off, then maybe they're not meant to follow you that journey. But again, give your space, be able to let go, heal, work, just stay true.
Mhm. I know all types of relationships are important, but are there like any special tricks or ways to navigate, maybe like a parental relationship, a platonic relationship, a romantic? Are there like different ways to go about it or is everything just general?
So for the parental relationship, I mean, that's something that a lot of people don't really think about. So how do or like, so you hear some kids say, how do I approach mom with this? Or how do I approach dad with this conversation? Um, I mean, we do teach our students, that there are bad ways to argue,
Mhm.
bad ways to complain. Um, we teach them also um, how to handle their anger, like taking a cool off
Mhm.
until resuming a conversation if it can be a really tough one. But with the parents, the same. Like you can tell your parent, I expect this,
Mhm.
or I disagree with the way you spoke to me, the tone you spoke to me. Um, yeah, that's I know parental relationship can be kind of tricky. Sometimes adolescents they feel shy to
Mhm.
approach their parent a lot.
Or sometimes I think, um, in many households, it's highway or the
Mhm.
highway and the
hmm
parent versus the child.
Mm,
So, one of the techniques that Alyssa was speaking about is bringing up what is exactly that is affecting you. How is it affecting you?
Mhm.
And give them a specific scenario. On this day when you did this, this effect. Bringing up complaints in the form of conversation, instead of accusing or pointing the finger, I think creates a better space for the to be a little more open, to be like, okay, my goal as a parent, I don't think is to hurt my child. So when they're listening and coming to understanding that they've hurt you,
Mhm.
I think there's a little more leeway to be able to express yourself, share your
Mhm.
perspective.
And like building off of what you said, there's certain things teenagers can't really talk with their parents about because um, there's an age gap between us. There's some things for teenagers that are more normalized or
Mm.
um, like more inappropriate. Not it,
We're
kind of.
different. We're
We're
different.
we're a different generation. You know, we do different things, and there's this fear of judgment that we share amongst ourselves. That we tell our parents about this.
I feel like
Then
that's for like most relationships, not even just like our parents. Like
Mhm.
we don't want to be judged by our friends.
there's,
Or,
but that fear of judgment is different for every relationship we have. We have a fear of judgment because of the age gap with our parents. We have a fear of judgment between our friends because we have different beliefs, cultural settings, different interests and dislikes. And then same thing with our partners. You know, you don't know where your boundaries are set just yet because you're with this person intimately, yes, and they should love you for who you are, but you don't know just like how much of yourself you can open up to them. So
Mhm.
That's true. I think that with, for example, with parents, um, a lot of things play a part. You know, whether they were raised in the United States or they were raised in a different country, because even that alone makes a huge difference. You know, with the culture, even though people will bring their culture to the United States when they come here, it makes a difference where you grew up. You know, the lifestyle that you had that
Mhm.
influences a lot, and people value different things depending on how they grew up. And with
Mm.
romantic relationships it's the same, because every family has their own dynamic. You know, some families are very affectionate and are always hugging on each other and telling each other they love each other, and some are just, hey, I provide food, a roof, clothes, that's showing my love, but they never actually show affection. And you know, it's just different on everyone. And being here in such a diverse country where you see a lot of different cultures,
Mhm.
we're like, man, I wish I had that, or man, I wish I had that. You know, we're always kind of looking at somebody else's dynamic in the family.
Mm.
But I think that starting the conversations once again, the way I kind of shared a little bit ago, I think that will definitely open up for space. And it's not always going to go great, but at least you try different approaches. I mean, there's a million ways to get from point A to point B. We just got to try them and be
Mhm.
patient and understanding towards our, parents as
Mhm.
well.
So coming to an end, I feel like what I've learned in 3 words would be, I guess, respect, communication, and self love. That's 4, but that's just what I've learned. How about you?
mm,
In
I
3 words, try to.
I can't say just like 3 words. I just say like, oh, I learn to love yourself before you love other people, because you know, at the end of the day, who's gonna be there for you who's gonna be there for you other than yourself? So
So we've learned a lot talking to you guys, and we thank you for coming and speaking with us about relationships. And
if you want to know more about healthy relationships and some of the things to look out for, then check out Be Busy.
thank
Well,
you for
thank you.
talking to
Thank
us.
Thank you for
you.
having us.
Uh,
We've learned a lot from you too.